watching The Sports Spin, presented by Uinta Basin Healthcare. Health and healing, every person, every time.
Welcome to The Sports Spin, your weekly dose of sports action presented by Uinta Basin Healthcare. Mark Mason, John Nurden, we watch the games, we call the games. John, now let's spin the games.
Today we've got a new Monster Play champion, Dean Wilson from Altamont on the spin cycle, and a brand new segment where Mark and I go head to head. But right now, it's time for the Week Rewind. Welcome to the Week Rewind. Let's kick it off with some soccer. So we had Union soccer this week, Mark. Union had a tough week. They lost to Park City 0-2, and they lost to Stansbury 4-0 in the first half and 4-0 in the second half.
They got
tough
the mercy
game.
rule. That's tough. And we thought Park City was going to have a down year, and this was Union's time to kind of seize control of 3A. Didn't get it done.
They didn't, but it still is. It still is their time.
Yeah.
Tough.
And then the 8-0 against Santaquin. I mean, that's just when you lose a soccer game 8-0, you just bet you met a better team. There's no question about it.
And I don't know who Santaquin is, but Stansbury's who beat him 8-0.
Oh, so. Was it Stansbury? Well, I can't read. I'm getting old. I'm 41 now, John. So Stansbury 8-0. Santaquin, they didn't play him. So moving on, Uinta didn't play, so we have nothing for them, right? Let's go to Uinta baseball. And Uinta baseball was on a tear. They were 10-1, and then they lost 4 games.
They lost 4 in a row, and they lost tough. You know, they pushed them all out, and they had to play 2 games, Sunday off, so they played Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. So the pitching's always hard when you have games back to back to back to back.
And if you don't get those early games, you know, they play first with Salem, and they lost that first game 1-5. And then the second game, tail of the tape starts coming 7-18. I mean, geez.
Yeah, and Salem is likely the best team in the state 4A and 5A.
Yeah.
So it's a tough region, tough game. You know, they played them pretty good. They stayed tough. They're making a few errors. If they can get rid of the errors, Mark, I think they'll be okay.
When the errors always seem to come when you've got 2 out, a guy on base, and all of a sudden an error happens, and then it becomes a 10-run inning. You know, after the error, it just the floodgates open up. So Uinta baseball had a tough week. Going on to Union baseball, they lost their only game they played to Grantsville 1-11.
Yeah, tough game for them as well. The softball, you had Uinta softball. They lost one, a heartbreaker 2-3 to Springville, and then Union softball. I couldn't find the score for it, so I'm not sure if they beat Grantsville or lost.
Yeah, so. And then moving on, and we had track in the calls of the week. We'll get to that later. But track did well. It was the UVU Invitational. This is Uinta track, and Uinta track went to the UVU Invitational, 30 teams, and they took 14th overall, so that's a good showing.
It is, Mark, and they had several kids qualify for the BYU Invitational, which is one of the standards that most schools set as, hey, we're doing well. Early in the season, they had 9 and 2, I believe, qualify, 9 boys, 2 girls. Usually they get 11 total, and it takes all year to qualify that many. They feel very good about this season. They're not only qualifying, they're competing. We had a 4.35 mile, a 51-second quarter mile. Very, very fast times. Kids are coming in, some good long jumps. Look for track to be fun and do well this year.
Yeah, and track at all the schools doing well. We'll talk to later Principal Dean Wilson from Altamont, and there's some good things happening in track there. So then moving on, golf for Uinta girls golf, and they lost their match to Springville, and now they only lead by 1 point on the overall standings to Springville after that loss. So,
yeah, but they got a home match coming up, the Uinta Basin match here.
Yeah.
And look for them to really extend that 1 stroke lead. Playing here is going to be very tough for other teams.
Well, that's the week rewind.
Mark,
so
before you wind it up, wait.
Everyone hold their horses.
I found a bonus today.
Oh, we got bonus material.
Girls basketball region teams. Uinta had a second team in Mallory Peterson and an honorable mention in Bailey Hughes and Clara Huber. And then Union, they had the MVP. They had the MVP of the region, Shayla Draper.
We've watched Shayla Draper for years. We got to get her on the show. MVP for the girls region.
She did great. And then Katie Ross was a first team, and then Alyssa Berge and Cassie Houston were both honorable mentions. Great job on the region basketball, girls. Well done.
And we'll catch up with Mallory Peterson later in the show. Congratulations to her. We had Katie Ross last week.
Yep.
Now we got to get Shayla in here. MVP. That's worth coming on the Sports Spin. Okay, so that's the week rewind. We're going to take a look now at our Monster Plays. And here on the Monster Plays, we got a new champion. My Three Tings, 55% of the vote. We're going to take a look at that right now. And this is You in a Baseball. John, help me out with a name. Who was it that hit this?
Carter Pope.
Carter Pope, that's right. And as he's swinging, you see the running around the basement, or the baseball diamond. We love the sound. Here it is. Ooh.
Ting.
Oh, my gosh, those aluminum bats.
Let's hear it, Mark. I like the Aussie, or what are you doing?
We had
Jamaican?
some Rasta last time.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it again. There's another ting. Yeah, man. Those tings are amazing, man.
Very good.
And so a new champion, Carter Pope, 55% of the vote. And we got some competition for him this week. And who's next?
So this next play, we're calling this one Hotel California.
Why are we calling it Hotel California?
Are you lost, Mark?
We're going hippie here?
No, we're going the Eagles. The Eagles sing Hotel California.
Here we go.
And the Eagles, they come down to Union, and they stick it to them. A 1A team sticking it to a 3A team, beating them early in the season on a preseason game. And look at that. They played a stellar game. Well done, Eagles. Hotel California.
Reinhardt,
get out and get the vote.
Doing business from the three-point line. And, that's one of those games, man. You invite the 1A team to your home court and you think you're going to win. And the Eagles.
Yeah, it's kind of a lose-lose.
Welcome to the Hotel California. Sing it for me.
Yeah, I sing worse than you, and that was really bad, Mark.
That was.
All right, so the next one, Brotherly Love. And if you take a look at this, it's soccer again. Of course, my favorite sport. Little love. There's Alex McGlory, and there he goes. He's a senior, passes it to his little brother, Max McGlory, for a simple finish. And you see, it's just a brother to brother. And when I told Alex, the older brother, that this was going to be on, he said, wait, what about this goal? What about that goal where I scored? And I'm like, hey, come on, this is brotherly love, I thought.
Brotherly love. And there's the brotherly love showing itself. He's already jealous because it's his little freshman brother who scored the goal. Easiest goal of his life. The senior ought to be happy because he did all the hard work to get to the baseline and kick it backwards. And which one's Max, the senior?
Max, the freshman.
Max, the freshman. All he had to do was get his foot in the way of the ball. That's how good the pass was. So, let's get that straight.
Very true. Very true. Well said. And that's how most goals are scored, is by a team. So, soccer, get back out, get the vote in, see if you can get back on top. Baseball. Work your magic, and then Duchesne. See if you can sneak in there for the winner of the Monster Plays.
Yeah, make sure to follow us on Twitter at The Sports Spin and vote for your favorite Monster Play. And let's see if we can unseat baseball. Carter Pope, he's got a 1-week reign. And now we've got basketball and soccer trying to unseat him. Let's see what happens. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back here on The Sports Spin.
Uinta Basin Medical Center now has a new 64-slice CT scanner, giving our patients superior imaging in a comfortable environment. Enjoy a positive patient experience with shorter scan times, improved patient access and positioning, and a video of relaxing scenes or cartoons for children. High detail, low dose features offer the ability to see the smallest diagnostic detail with up to a 60% dose reduction. When you need a CT scan, choose Uinta Basin Medical Center. You'll be glad you did.
"8,000 square miles. Rural, rugged, remote. Some may find it unappealing, but we call this place home. Connecting our homes, our farms and fields, our business and industry, our recreation. It's a necessity. We get that farmers, ranchers, rednecks, and even roughnecks need to stay connected too. Our mission is to connect their lives. Our mission is to connect your life. After all, We live, work, and play here too.
We're back on the Sports Spin, presented by Uinta Basin Healthcare. Now it's time for the spin cycle.
Here on the spin cycle, we're going to go Altamont Longhorn style.
That's right.
Throwing the horns with Principal Dean Wilson. Thanks for coming, joining us here.
Pleasure to be here.
You know, we've gone and called sports at Altamont for years. It's been enjoyable, except for the sleet. You guys always snow on us when we come. All right. So we're going to fix that, but let's dive right in here into the spin cycle, Dean. This is your first year as principal there, right?
First year as principal,
and you don't come from Altamont.
No, I'm originally from Ogden, Utah.
My question for you, first year principal, you're trying to influence some change there. What's it like at Altamont? What's the culture of the community like?
You know what? There's two words I think about when I think about Altamont, and that's opportunity and community. Altamont is a unique opportunity to impact a very ambitious population, both parents and students. When I think of the term community, we've got great community support. We've got active parents and students that are really working hard to excel.
Yeah, and when you say active, both sides, you know, they're involved in every aspect of that. I imagine, right?
Absolutely, academically and athletically, and even in the arts. Our students at a 1A school have an opportunity to be involved in many things. One of the best things that we have about Altamont is whatever you want to be, you can do it.
Yeah, that's great. Absolutely. Longhorns, go Longhorns!
Excellent. So, Dean, I've known you a few years now, and I just love the attitude and the excitement and the vigor that you bring to the school.
Appreciate that.
And everyone else does. The whole community's happy you're there. I think it's a great fit. The one thing I've noticed, though, is this year and in years past, Altamont struggles a little bit in the athletics. What's going on there? Why are they not as competitive as other 1A schools?
You know what? We're gonna leave that in last year, okay? But I think one of the things that Altamont has struggled in the past is consistency. And so with coaches, with administration, with a lot of different things, we're trying to get consistency in our programs. If you look at our track record, wrestling's always been a big sport in Altamont. We finished twice 2 years in a row. Our girls track team finished twice last year. When you look at our other sports programs, one of the first things that we've done this year is our school theme has been Choose to be a Champion. We've brought in some new coaches. We've brought in a new football coach, a new girls basketball coach. We're in the process of going through right now and making sure that our focus is on the things that matter the most. We've started early morning conditioning. Our girls show up at 6 o'clock, ponies up. They're on the line, lock, cocked, ready to rock. Our boys come in at 6:30. We're averaging about 80 students that come to that.
Oh, wow.
We've had 2 days in the past 2 weeks where we've had back-to-back over 100 students coming. So
when you say 100 students, you know, if Uinta High had 100 students, that'd be a very small population.
It is 30,
what percentage of the student body is showing up for that?
It's about 30 to 35% of our student body.
That's impressive.
Excellent. So now you're saying that you're putting some effort in, making some change. A lot of turnover in the past. You're hoping to quit the turnover,
Absolutely.
Keep the coaches a little more consistent, keep the program, and an overall push. So good. I'm excited. I'll look forward to it next year.
Should be good.
So as principal, you know, this is a sports show.
Right.
We love arts, we love academics, but really we're all about sports here. What's your role in the athletic department as a principal?
I think a lot of people might say I'm our biggest cheerleader, but really my job is to make sure that our coaches and our student athletes have everything that they need to be successful, whether that's facilities, uniforms, scheduling. I try to be as involved as I can be. The other thing that my job is to make sure that when we do have an opportunity to shine, that we get our kids the exposure that they need so that they can take it to the next level. One of my favorite things about being at a 1A school is I can actually be there early mornings working out with the kids, making sure that when I can have an impact with them, I do.
Yeah, that's great. You know, and athletics really is one of the key components
Absolutely.
to education. Teaches a lot about community and success.
No, and so all the kids out there that are watching from Altamont, go see your principal, let him know that you need a cheeseburger on Thursday nights and you'll be better. So you can watch the show, eat a cheeseburger, and you'll be better off.
There you go.
So what are we going to watch for in the future then? What are we looking for out of Altamont?
You know what? Excellence in all that we do. This year's theme was choose to be a champion. Next year's theme is train like a champion. And we're really going to make sure that all of our sports are not only competitive, but banners and rings. When you walk in our gym in the next few years, you're going to look up in the rafters and you're going to see a lot of banners hanging. You're going to see a lot of hardware on our kids' hands.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, we've had some champions here, and when they wear those rings, that really means something, and they're proud of that, you know. And you talk about what it takes to be. You said track was second place and wrestling was second place. You know, that's championship level. Really and at the high school level, it's just one little thing here or there to change that. I think there's some great things happening. And we love to go to Altamont. I think Altamont's future is bright with Principal Dean Wilson. We want to thank you for coming. I was going to call you coach. As a principal, I guess you are a life coach, really.
That's all I do.
We appreciate it, and we look forward to a lot of Longhorns here on the show, here on the Sports Spin.
Have a great first day of school, sweetie. Buckle up.
Good night, honey. Buckle up.
Buckle up. No, okay, I'm going to tell him.
If you love someone,
Hey, Dad.
tell them to buckle up.
Buckle up.
Welcome back. Let's get to our calls of the week. So, Mark, let's recap last week. So we win NCAA again. I really wanted to do this one.
I just hate the NCAA.
I don't
even watch college basketball.
Yeah,
Why are we wasting our time?
Wait a
with
minute.
this
You
segment?
texted me in the middle of the game.
Okay, well, maybe I
What a
didn't
great
watch
game.
this.
In fact, before we get to the call, because we all know I won, Villanova and NC, unbelievable game. Anybody who didn't watch it, get online, go watch that. It's a beautiful game. Last second shot, just a crazy zigzag all the way around.
Double
North
clutch.
Carolina double clutches it,
Left-hander.
left hand, nothing but the bottom of the net. Michael Jordan stands up, goes nuts. Crowd's out of control. Super happy. Loved the moment. And then, little
You know
timeout.
what I said right there? As soon as he hit it, I said to my boys, they haven't won nothing yet. They need to quit celebrating.
Yeah, they do. They do need to quit celebrating because 4 seconds left. Little dribble handoff, nice three-pointer, nothing but net. Villanova wins. 35 years since the last championship. Well done, Villanova. Taking me over the top on number one on the call of the week. You picked all three other teams.
No,
you
I
picked
got
everybody
this.
else. Whatever. You picked everyone else.
I picked North Carolina, and I also hedged my bet by picking Oklahoma State. And if I remember right in math, 2 negatives is a positive. That's a win for me. Here we go. That's 1 point. Oh, you got it too, so that's a push. Push right there. Push.
Well done on the push, Mark. I like your math. Union Soccer, we called the score, not necessarily the win or the loss. I called 3-2. You called 2-3. The score was 0-2.
So the tiebreaker there is, since I called them,
no tiebreaker. It's a push.
No, it's a tiebreaker. You got to have a tiebreaker because you were so confident that Park City was in the toilet. They were swirling down to Australia or wherever the toilet water goes. Didn't happen. They beat Union. I knew they weren't going to win. That's a win for me. That's 2-1 on you.
Well done today, Mark. Awesome. Hey, one last one from last week. We called the track. Over and under. We both called over. It's a push. They got 14 out of 30.
I don't even know what I called. We won, but I'm not even sure what happened. They won. They all qualified for the BYU Invitational. Good job, track. I'm still confused.
In honor of that, I made the soccer team run a mile twice since our last show. So
let's push that off.
Let's push it off.
That's a push for the whole week for us. I'm still up like 18-1 on John for the season. Moving on. Let's see what can happen.
All right, so we're going to talk about the Jazz, Mark.
Yeah. Utah Jazz.
Utah Jazz. Are they going to make the playoffs or are they going to miss the playoffs?
Well, right now, it's basically a three-way tie with the Mavericks, the Rockets, and the Jazz. The Jazz are hungry. The Rockets are imploding. I think they want the lottery. I think they're going to finally just pull the plug and say we're out. and I think the Jazz are going to make it. Here's part 2. They're going to make 7th seed. They're going to move up to the 7th seed.
So you call 7th seed. I'll call the Jazz, since that opened the gate for me, I'll call the Jazz as the 8th seed. You got 7th seed, I got 8th seed. So there's no push. We get one or the other.
Yeah, because, whoever's playing for the 8th seed is being the first one out. They're going to get swept if they have to play the
I understand that. But
I mean, so they definitely want to get swept by the Spurs because that's way better.
Okay.
I don't know. It's not better.
Sweep's a sweep.
Yeah, sweep's a sweep. They're in the playoffs. That's all that matters. So what's next?
Will the Warriors beat the record, Mark?
No, the Warriors won't. They blew their chance last night. They lost to the Timberwolves. They've lost to the Bucks, the Timberwolves. They've lost to the Lakers. They're losing to the worst teams. They lost to the Nuggets. I don't even know if the Nuggets play in the NBA anymore. I think they got relegated to the D-League. I mean, that's 4 losses to doormats of the league.
So they don't play any doormats. They don't play any D-League teams anymore. They're going to play tough teams. They're going to play tough. They're going to win it. I say they get to it.
They have 2 games less against the Spurs, and those 2 games could swing the first place in home court. The Spurs are coming after them.
And I'm saying
so if the
Warriors
Spurs
get
if the Spurs get the first game, the Spurs are going to try to destroy them in the second game. And not only do they not get the record, they don't even tie the balls.
So you're confused.
Yeah.
You said that they get 7th place, the Jazz, so that they get the Spurs.
Now I'm just making it up.
Making it up.
There we go, making up. But they could.
Last one, Mark. Let's go to the last one. We've got April 12th. We got to call April 12th.
Oh,
this one's tricky.
Gosh, this is
softball.
A mind blow.
And go quick. Uinta versus Payson, softball.
Uinta.
All right, I got Uinta as well. Union at Tooele, softball.
Union at Tooele? Tooele. Sorry.
I got Union.
Sorry, girls.
Duchesne versus Altamont.
Duchesne versus Altamont. Softball. Duchesne.
I got Duchesne as well.
Yeah.
Uinta golf.
What is this? Is this
Winner
the fast
loss.
dash?
It's the
fast dash. Uinta golf. They're at home. They win.
They win. I got them. One more. On the 12th, soccer.
Who?
Uinta.
Who are they playing?
Payson at home.
Payson at home. They got some revenge to make. Uinta wins that game.
I got them at winning it as well. Well done. We got like 5
you just
calls.
Followed me.
Whatever.
I just like a puppy. You. Just whatever Mark picks because he's beating the crap out of me.
So now it's time for a brand new segment called the Spin-Off.
Here's how the spin-off works. We pick one topic, we battle head to bald head, and you get to pick the winner on Twitter. Our topic this week in the premiere edition of the spin-off is, what is more freaking boring? Baseball or soccer? And who wants to go first? Johnny,
well, I'm going to jump on in there and say, the beautiful game, soccer, is called the beautiful game for a reason. And
it's so beautiful you can watch the highlights afterwards.
You really can, and it's a wonderful thing to be able to do that. And then you have, what's baseball's mantra? The American pastime? There's a reason it's the pastime, Mark. It's past its time.
Is that your whole argument? Are you done?
Well, I can keep going. I can just keep going.
You're going with monikers? Let's talk about soccer. Here's how boring it is. You can watch for 90 minutes, and if you look at your kid once, you're going to miss the most exciting play of the whole game. And all you have to do is look it down once. Baseball is awesome.
So wait a minute. So if it's such a boring game, right?
90 minutes and you have 1 second of excitement? That's boring.
It is.
That's the epitome of boring.
How many fans have died in the stands watching a boring baseball game?
A lot.
There's a whole lot more people battling a soccer stadium.
That's because they're from Europe and they like things like skinny jeans.
Nobody in Europe wants to watch baseball.
And they like things like pasta. Where's some meat and potatoes? I need something that's American, and baseball is American. And let me tell you,
is the pastime.
Every 30 seconds, you got a fastball coming down 90 miles an hour, and you hear the beautiful ting, and that thing's gone, and it happens time and time again. Let me just read some stuff to you. Tell me what's more boring. You ready?
You got it all prepared?
0-2 versus Park City. Or let's go with 7-18, the score for a baseball game. That's typical. Things happen in baseball. There's interaction between the players.
What happens in baseball? What I remember happening in baseball is
diving,
the seventh
running,
inning stretch.
You
have to call timeout.
You get to choose
You got to call timeout to sing a song because you're so bored in baseball.
Take me out to the ball game. All right, so
it's a beautiful game worldwide. Vote for soccer is way less boring than baseball.
Boring. And then baseball is America's pastime. I can't even believe, John, it's like calling things like cheeseburgers and pizza boring. Oh my gosh, get it out of here, all that European flopping stuff. Baseball's going to win. Check it out at the Sports Spin on Twitter. Vote for which one you think is the winner. It's going to be baseball.
We'll be right back with the Fast Dash.
Uinta Basin Medical Center now has a new 64-slice CT scanner, giving our patients superior imaging in a comfortable environment. Enjoy a positive patient experience with shorter scan times, improved patient access and positioning, and a video of relaxing scenes or cartoons for children. High detail, low dose features offer the ability to see the smallest diagnostic detail with up to a 60% dose reduction. When you need a CT scan, choose Uinta Basin Medical Center. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back to the Sports Spin.
It's time for the Fast Dash.
Thanks for joining us on the Sports Spin presented by Uinta Basin Healthcare, Health and Healing, every person, every time. We're here on the Sports Spin, or the Fast Dash, and we have with us Mallory Peterson, dynamic scorer for the Uinta Utes. She went to the All-Star game, and Mallory, how many did you put up in the All-Star game?
21.
21 in a game you won, what was it, 81-72?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big honor because the coaches are the ones that picked the players in this game. Is that right? The opposing team coaches? Mm-hmm. Is that how you got on? And you led all scorers with 21?
Yeah.
How many were three-pointers?
5.
5.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, if you got to do it, you might as well do it from the three-point line. All right, Mallory.
Mallory Hood?
What's that?
Mallory Hood?
Mallory Hood. I thought it was Mallory Curry, but
there you go.
know.
Either way.
I mean, you say Hood, there's only a certain.
Well, I only got 8 in the last game.
8 out of 9 in the first half. Not bad. That's an NBA record. So, Mallory, we're on the Fast Dash. We're going to put a clock up on the screen, and what we're going to do is just throw some questions at you, have some fun, try to stump John if you can, and here we go. Here's the clock on the screen. We're going to go right off on the bat. 21 points in the All-Star game, or almost beating every boy at Uinta High in the three-point contest. Which one did you like better?
The All-Star game.
All-Star game.
Coach Putnam or Coach Christophers?
Coach Putnam.
Oh, hopefully Coach Christopherson doesn't watch. Buffet or a 7-course meal?
Buffet.
There we go.
Car or truck?
Car.
Beating your dad or your little brother in basketball?
My dad.
Can you beat him?
No.
Best basketball movie ever?
Coach Carter.
There we go. Hillary or Trump?
Trump.
Trump. Yeah, there we go.
We got one for Trump and one for Hillary now. Hunting or fishing?
Fishing.
Okay, 3A or 4A?
4A.
You like the 4A better?
Chucker or chicken?
Chucker.
All right.
Going to prom or playing basketball?
Playing basketball.
Okay, hopefully your prom date's not watching. And that's the end of the clock. All-Star, I don't know, I want to call you champion. I'm not sure what it is. Highest score in the All-Star game, Mallory Peterson. Again, thanks for joining us on the Sports Spin, presented by Uinta Basin Healthcare, Health and Healing, every person, every time. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, and we'll see you next week.